Good morning to you there, Shubhendu. Tell us, what can we expect on day two? There's a lot of promise that this visit holds, considering that Cyprus is the first foreign destination for Prime Minister Modi after Operation Sindoor.
Absolutely. Munmun, hello, Ramesh. A hugely significant visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as you rightly mentioned, comes as a first foreign visit after Operation Sindoor and the Pahalgam terror attack. Where I am right now, this is just the lawns of the presidential palace. We are on standby, in fact, for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's arrival to the presidential palace of Cyprus here in Nicosia, which is the capital of this island nation. This is the venue for the ceremonial welcome for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And in the presidential palace, the leaders will then proceed with the delegation level talks. And the gamut of issues in focus. We've got some insight into it vis-a-vis the business delegation meeting that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had on day one. A greater emphasis on boosting trade and investment in one another's country. There were business leaders who had gathered from different sectors from India and from Cyprus, and their expectations was that more opportunities are created for businesses of India and Cyprus to work together. And in these delegation level talks, all eyes are on the manner in which these engagements could be taken forward, especially the engagement of the financial markets of digital public infrastructure that India has, such as UPI, the manner in which Cyprus could also be a part of it. That would be one part of it. Then there's people-to-people connect, which is very significant. It's a small Indian diaspora population here, but a very thriving one. Professionals, most of them engaged in engineering, information technology. In that sense, India is also seen as this rising power, which has it's sort of set up at the right place as far as innovation and investment into technology, green technology is concerned. And Cyprus and India would want to take forward that green partnership. Cyprus being an island nation, being particularly vulnerable to climate change and such developments, wants to invest significantly in green technology. Prime Minister did mention about India's commitment, 500 gigawatts of renewable energy, but also supporting like-minded nations with their journey towards a cleaner future. So a host of areas, Munmun, and also a statement of the leaders on security issues, on the theme of counter-terrorism, which really brings the two nations intimately together. They speak in one voice, they stand in solidarity with one another. Cyprus also has had a history of invasion, which sort of continues in many ways as far as the Cyprus question and dispute is concerned. And India has been a solid partner, has been a steadfast supporter of the Cyprus cause and said that it should be resolved in a peaceful manner as per international laws. So both the countries, like-minded, looking in the same direction, expectations are high. What comes out of the leaders' meeting?
Indeed, Shubhendu, as we wait for the talks to begin now, I want to ask you, spent the last several days in Cyprus. You were in Limassol, you also now seen Nicosia. Give us a sense of how the visit is shaping up as we speak, and also give us a flavor, if you will, about the Indian diaspora in Cyprus.
Right, Ramesh, so it's a relatively short visit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived yesterday, and by this afternoon, he would be concluding his tour here to Cyprus. But it's coming after 23 years, over 2 decades, and the expectations were very, very high. The diaspora in particular, it's a vibrant diaspora. When Prime Minister had come, people, Indian origin people of all age groups, little children, babies with their mothers, had also come to welcome a Prime Minister, all in their traditional attire. So in that sense, they're also taking forward India's cultural connect, and that brings the two countries together in a very special manner. They have come to a foreign land, but they carry their culture with them, with the friendly people of Cyprus. They share their stories, they share their food, the cuisine, the culture. In that sense, it brings the two nations closely together. They're representative of the Indian culture here. And Prime Minister did mention the kind of good work that they're doing, businesses which are taking forward India's strengths, prosperity, and message to foreign lands such as Cyprus. So in that sense, the diaspora holds great promise. Their expectations are also high. They want greater engagement between India and Cyprus. We know that the geopolitical location, geographical location of Cyprus is a strategic one. It's a gateway to the Mediterranean, to the European Union, to Europe. India is seen as a very exciting big market which Cyprus wants to engage with. These members of diaspora, many of them business leaders, are in fact those ambassadors who connect the people of the two countries. And therefore, the leaders have said that people-to-people connect, bringing the people of the two countries together is going to be very significant. There is a great interest in the academia here, in Indian studies, in Indology. So in that sense, at various levels, we see people are engaging and coming together. And it is only a matter of time where this relationship gets boosted even further as the leaders, once we hear what they discuss and agree to, and the ways in which the two nations could come together and work. And so in that sense, and coming to the point about how this visit has been, Ramesh, we divided broadly into two parts. Day one was a sort of informal engagement with the diaspora members, with the business community members. And today, it's a day of more formal engagements. We'll have the ceremonial welcome, the delegation level talks, Indian Prime Minister and the President of Cyprus sitting across the table to take forward the discussions. There'll be a very special visit to a historic center by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Cyprus, in Nicosia, in the capital. It's part of the municipality, Old Town municipality of Nicosia. Why it's important is that this history of invasion and violence that Cyprus had to suffer, in a way, it's a memorial to that place. From there, you can actually catch a glimpse of that divided line. You know, Cyprus is now divided into a part which Turkey had invaded and it continues to control. So that yearning of the Cypriot people to unite the nation, which is a 50-year-old desire, really. So Prime Minister's visit to the center is also going to be an important step forward, important symbolism of solidarity with the country which stood with us when we faced challenges of cross-border terrorism.